Greetings, everybody. This is Mr. Quentin, and I am super excited for this video. This will be the last video before the Romplur 2.5 update is pushed out. I'm trying to do this as soon as possible. So as you can see, the UI is different. Some of the stuff you've already seen in past videos. We have the template drawer down here where you can actually create templates and pull them out into different areas of your plugin. Not a whole lot here has changed. We do have the alignment and order tools, so you can send things front and back and actually control layers better, control the UI better. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into sample editor. Definitely a lot of things that are different here. Right now, this part here, the actual editor, is not working. I'm still trying to build this out. So it might completely change visually, but just something I want to get in there. Some things that I show you might not be immediately available. There are a couple parts that will definitely take a little bit of time to get worked out, but some of the exciting stuff is here. So one thing I want to show you is, so we have our new file browser here, and I'm in my one-shot folder and keys. So a couple things that are new. You can select individual files to drag over, or I can Control A and select all. And now, if I just drag these over, the system is going to automatically deduce based on pitch where the samples need to be. Now, I'm still working out the algorithm on this to make it perfect, and sometimes this actually has crashed the app, so I'm still working on that. But as you can see here, so C1, I landed on C1, right? So that is awesome. You don't have to worry about the order in which you drag things in. Another thing that I added is, because it's so difficult to move samples around because things are so close together, I've added this option here. So you can select individual samples, and even sometimes that messes things up, right? So, but I can do select all, and now down an octave, up an octave, so you can move the whole group. Or if you just want to go one half step or whole step, you can do that now. And we do have there is a zoom system, but right now it's kind of wonky because it's zooming in things it shouldn't zoom in. It's going to just zoom into the sample section. So on the right hand side, there is a new way to actually organize, and some of these are uppercase and some of these are lowercase, and that's all going to be unified. But you can actually collapse all of these, which is nice, so you can focus on what you're trying to focus on. And if everything is open, it will still scroll. And let's get into some of the fun stuff. So as I had hinted at before, we are starting to do FX plugins. So if we go into the FX editor, right, this on the left hand side, the way this is laid out is going to change. It's not going to be these big circles, but these are all fully collapsible, so you can organize better. Now what these are on the left hand side are components. So if I want reverb, but I don't want to have to connect it to the actual parameter over here on the right, I can just drag in this reverb knob, and it is let's do this here. It is fully connected to reverb. So over here, right, we now have reverb open. If I click on the test button, if I click on the test button, it looks like we have two things that are connected for some reason, but that's okay. As you can see, it's controlling the mix. And if I'm just going to go ahead and turn that off. If I right click, I can remove stuff. We'll get to disconnect here in a moment. Or you can just select it and hit delete. We are still able to move things as a group. Well, actually, we can now move things as a group. We couldn't do that before. We can also do control click to select individual items. And I'm actually going to get rid of that for a moment there. Or I can select all and delete. Delete. I'm intentionally getting rid of some extra stuff that we don't need. So there's a lot more control with actually moving things around on the canvas. And we have a ton of assets over here that we can just drag in. We also have templates. So a template is going to be more of a full page update change. I'm still working on this now, but we'll come back to that. It is working. It's just it needs some tweaking. And then modules. these are awesome. Let me go ahead and get rid of that there. So here I can create a full effects chain. When I drag that in, it's a full suite of necessary assets, and these are all connected. So if we come into test, that sound happening whenever you select something will not be there. So we are in. So if we go over here to the compressor, right? So see, it says CMP threshold, CMP ratio. So these are all connected. So it's just groups of controls that you're going to be using on a regular basis that are pre-wired. The way it looks if it's not pre-wired is you would add a knob, select the knob, and then click on connect in the upper right hand corner, right? So now connect is turned on, so anything I touch over here is going to connect. So I've selected the knob, connect is on, and then I touch the slider for threshold. If we go back into test, that asset is connected to this parameter over here. All right, so I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to turn off testing, and then we can right click and we can select disconnect, and then it's no longer connected to that parameter. Yeah, that little bug there is irritating, but it'll be gone, don't worry. So this over here is awesome. This enables you to rapidly build plugins, and it's something I've wanted for a while. So this is all functioning right now, and this will be in the 2.5 update. You are able to create full FX only, non-sample based plugins, starting with Romplur 2.5. Now, something that is going to be coming soon and in a slightly different way, and I know some people are not going to be happy about this, but it's a necessary step for the future of Romplur. And I'm not going to stop. So Romplur standard is not going anywhere, but there is going to be a Romplur Pro. And I know that, like I said, that's going to make some people upset, but I have to have the balance, and I still want to make Romplur standard an amazing application, and it will be. It is now. So with Romplur Pro, there will be the synth editor. Okay, if we go into a synth editor, right, and I'm still, this part here, this is going to be a little ways out, but with the synth editor over here in the properties panel on the right, there are multiple parameters that we can add to a synth plugin. So it's not sample based, it's not effect, it's an actual synth. If I come over here and click on synth enabled, right? Now I can just create synth instruments. And some of this stuff is a little bit buggy, but like the mono is you hear that there's that clicking. I got to fix mono legato is not quite there yet, but so I'm still working on all of this. I come down here to oscillator. So right now we're on sine, right? It's gonna switch this over to saw. Let's turn the glide down. Square. Still super buggy, but we're getting there. Triangle. Wait. Oh, triangle is not connected. Like I said, it's still super buggy, but we're getting there. Envelope. The way that these sliders look right now, a lot of this is going to change so that it makes more sense. But all of this is connected. We're going to go back to sine. And if I turn up the release, I can just tap the key and let it go. So all of this is working. LFO. Let me, let's see, turn the attack down. Let's turn this to a square. It's easier to hear this. We turn on pitch. Turn up the rate. Let's switch this to saw. Sorry if that's super loud. That is super loud. Let's bring that down a bit. There we go. And then pan. Now let's turn rate down, turn depth down, come over to the arpeggiator, turn this on. I just recently got this working. So if you just press a key, nothing's gonna happen, right? If you press 2 keys, nothing's gonna happen. If you press 3 keys, nothing's gonna happen until you actually turn up the speed. So we can switch modes. So right now up. And then down. And up, down. And we can change octaves. Filter I'm still working on. Right now this is just kind of wonky. It kind of works. Like the slope, it's not doing much of anything. Although, I find that in all plugins, slope doesn't really seem to do much. Anyway, maybe that's just me. Maybe I just don't know how to use it right. So effects, these are all connected. Now I'm going to blow your mind here in a minute because the actual really cool part is coming up here shortly. So all of these are fully connected. Delay time. Reverb. Okay, so full synth plugins. However, I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool if you could have the synth, but also incorporate samples? This took a while, and I know some of you might be thinking, hey, just fix the bugs and put out Romplur, but a lot of the stuff is interconnected, and it's not so easy to just, you know, because I knew that there were other things I wanted to add. Sometimes when you fix one thing, it breaks 5 other things, and it's a complicated process. Thankfully, I'm able to do this faster than previous. Well, I'm able to do it faster, so we're able to get this stuff out sooner. But I built hybrid mode, right? And as you might guess, hybrid mode lets us mix synth and sample, right? So what you're hearing is synth parameters and sample parameters. And we have a hybrid mix slider. So now we're just listening to the samples. And now we're bringing in the synth. And now we're just listening to the synth. So you have full control. So these are things that you will be able to add to your plugin. And I am really super excited. So I do know that it will be frustrating that there will be a separation, and there will be other things that will be added to Pro. However, there are also going to be other things that are coming to Standard, which will be full presets and full expansion packs. The ability to create expansions within Romplur and ship those from within Romplur, and full preset support as well. And I'm even working on being able to create multiple presets using different parameters. So that is awesome. I wasn't going to show you guys this, but it's Christmas. And by the way, happy holidays to everyone. I hope everyone is safe and warm and happy, and then all is good, especially if you need it out there. Anyway, so this is going to be for Standard as well. And it's a little ways out, but I am also building the playground. Now, the playground, right, what sucks right now is that when you're building all of these, when you're building a plugin, you have to export the plugin in order to test it, right? Wait. Sorry. One more thing. Right now, the preview system, right? It used to be that if we switched over to test, all test would do... I guess I didn't actually click on test, did I? All test would do would show you that your knobs were knobs. But now, all of the knobs actually do what they're supposed to do. That's not connected to anything. Some don't. We're not fully there, but we might not be. Yeah, these are not fully connected right now, but the test system will let you test directly in the GUI instead of having to export. However, that's one little change here, but what I'm working on is the playground. Now, this is going to take a little bit of time, but the playground is going to let you fully test your plugins before you export. So, yeah, I mean, there's not really a whole lot more to say there, except that you'll be able to test. You'll be able to bring in your plugin here just like any other DAW and test. You'll be able to have effects tracks and sample tracks and synth tracks and test them all here. And yeah, from within the actual designer, you'll be able to actually, I think here, send to playground to test all of these different parameters to make sure everything is working. I am still working on the export system, so the export system is going to still have serialization, so you'll be able to add serial numbers to your plugins. but also an installer and an install designer, so you can build your installer. Um, yeah, there's still a ways to go. I'm some of these things will be turned off with the recent update, because I don't want to ship a broken product. So I will be looking for testing later, but immediately what will be coming out of the things that I listed in the Discord channel earlier. There will be the FX plugins, and all of the other changes, all of these changes here with modules, templates, and components. The template system down here for creating, creating templates. Yeah, everything here, FX editor, sample editor, GUI designer, all of these changes will be in this next update. And that includes the panels. That is not a panel. Wait, did I mess? Oh, there we go. So panels. Maybe I didn't. Have I talked about panels at all? So what a panel will let you do is, let me add a label here, right? I'm gonna put this label up here. I'm gonna change the name of label to settings, right? And then, so we have panel. I'm gonna click on settings. Then I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna come down here where it says panel ID. Is this not? Oh, I'm gonna have to work on that. So panel will let you. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's just off screen. So select panel 1, and if we test, this becomes a way to hide and show information. Now this can be anything, right? Right now it's a label, but it can also be an image, and it can be a button. So label, image, or button will trigger panels. So we have panels, and we have tab containers. And tab containers have full control. If we come into the tab manager, buttons are kind of wonky right now, but we'll get that taken care of. So I can come over here. I can completely change the color of the tabs. I can change the color of the actual panels. Full control over everything there. So we could make this ADSR, and then make this LFO1. Right, you get the picture, right? And then these actually are fully functioning. I can come over here. I can right click, and I can select add asset to current tab. I can add a knob there, and then that knob is parented. We come over here. We can add. We can add a keyboard, right? So I want to be able to give you full control over making the most amazing plugins ever. There are tons of amazing things coming in the future. I totally just thought about adding panels to containers. I don't know why you would do that, but I want to give you full control over your plugin. Let me know what you think. Definitely follow this channel, and I will be putting out more stuff regularly. I want to keep everyone involved with the process. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about Standard and Pro. And I know everyone's thinking, well, what about Marketplace? What about Marketplace? We're getting there. We're getting there. Trust me, we are getting there. I will go ahead and say that we are going to integrate a full marketplace that will let you sell your plugins directly to an actual site, and full control over that as well. So anyway, I've said too much. I've leaked things I shouldn't be leaking. Anyway, I hope you all are excited about the things that are coming. And again, I'm looking to get the 2.5 update out very, very quickly. And I hope you all are excited as much as I am. This video is already at 25 minutes. Good Lord. Okay, yeah, I'm done. Thank you all for supporting and continuing to believe that Romplur has a bright future and sticking around. And you know, it's been a long road, but we're coming into great things. Let me know what you want. Let me know what you'd like to see. Let me know what you don't want to see. And you know, we'll take all things into consideration. You are all amazing. Have happy holidays. Be safe. And until the next video.